All right, I'm going to get started. Just give me a thumbs up if you're able to hear me. All right, excellent. I appreciate that at the moment people are muted, but I definitely want to encourage people to be, oh, I love the fancy electronic emoji thumbs up. That's very cute. Um, to be active and to ask questions and be a part of it. Don't just be a wallflower. So we have quite a few items on our agenda, but I did want to take a moment and thank everybody for being on board, both here in person and then people that might be watching the recording after the fact. You can always reach out to me via email or Alex Clements or Lisa Ostrowski as my co-chairs with any questions or ideas. I'm going to kind of go. I want to stick to my little script here, or else I'll go off on a tangent. But I'm going to start with, kind of like our why we have a district wellness committee, and then kind of talk a little bit more about how you can, be an active participant, as I just said. I just got to admit a few people. So as you can see on the slide that should be displayed on your TVs or on your phones, your screens, whatever you use them. We believe that wellness is the foundation for learning, growth, and community. Our purpose is to support the physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being of all students and staff across the district. We promote healthy lifestyles, encourage physical activity, balanced nutrition, and positive health habits, support district initiatives, strengthen programs like Elementary Learn to Swim, Unified Physical Education, intramurals, collaborate, partner with families, staff, community organizations to expand wellness opportunities, innovate. We develop creative, inclusive ideas that make wellness part of our daily culture, align, sustain, review and guide district wellness practices to meet local, state, and federal standards. And our shared goal is to create a healthier, happier, more connected school community where every student and staff member can thrive. So as I said, I alluded to a minute ago, we want everyone to be active participants. So ask questions during the meetings, share ideas, take initiative, volunteer to be a presenter. Lisa, Alex, and I are just a few of a very large group. We have had a lot of people join over the years, but numbers are great, but we need worker bees. So you're going to hear from some of those people today, and we would love to hear from more of you who want to get involved and you have ideas. We've got a lot of institutional knowledge and experience in this room or in this virtual room or in this group. And, we can help people to achieve a goal that they might have or bring an idea to fruition. And that's kind of the crux of what Wellness Committee is about. It's a big district. There's a lot going on. So, we don't pretend that we even know about everything. So you might have heard about something or want to bring something that you hear about in one of our presentations to your buildings, or you have resources that you might want to share. So, it's truly, it's about the people that are involved and not about myself or Lisa or Alex. We're just kind of here to help bring things to life. So without further ado, I'm going to try to switch it over to our first presenters. We are going to hear about a variety of things from Lisa, Alex, and Amber Cost. And I should have started out for the new folks who don't know me, kind of jumped in fast. My name is Dave Statlander. I supervise health, athletics, physical education, and as I mentioned, I co-chair the District Wellness Committee. So Lisa and Alex and Amber, if you want to unmute and kind of talk about who you are and what you're going to talk about.
Okay. Hi, I'm Amber. Dave just email you a link with just a few slides. I don't know. I always think I can talk, but it's better if there's pictures so that people have something to look at. So I don't know if you're able to share that. But I'm the farm to school facilitator for the district in just my second year of that role. So working with Lisa and Alex quite a bit and just trying to connect cafeteria, classroom, and community through local food, especially with our school gardens.
Lisa and Alex, if you're able to, kind of introduce yourselves, and I'm getting this presentation
Hi,
up.
I'm Alex. I'm the assistant food service director, and I'm also a registered dietitian. And yeah, we're very excited about our partnership with Amber and also just all the fun things we're doing in food services.
Hi, I'm Lisa Ostrowski. I'm the food service director. And again, this is a great year for us as New York State is picked up and we are free for all. So we have been free in the district for a few years, and now some of our neighboring schools are as well. So we're hoping that this will continue in this upcoming year, 26-27's New York State budget. But again, love working with Amber and doing some taste testings and all kinds of fun stuff, bringing local farm from Hilliard's and Forts Ferry Farm and some other New York State farms into our cafeterias. Amber?
Okay. So I think we're starting with the Fall Family Festival, I think. So the next slide, I think, has just some pictures from that event. When we kind of first started, uh-oh, it's going fast.
Yeah, I gotta go back there.
When we first
trigger
kind of,
happy.
oh, that's okay. Started this farm to school journey, it really is a celebration of the awesome things that our food service team is doing in our cafeteria and with our community, and bringing the school gardens in the classroom as well. So we wanted to create an event that would kind of celebrate all of that. So this year we had our third annual Fall Family Festival in the Shaker High School garden in the lower courtyard. I think it was our best year yet, certainly, I believe, our most attended. But it's a really great opportunity to bring students together. Clubs come out and host activities for our younger kiddos, and we have local food. Our food service always does a great tasting item. This year it was the Mexican street corn salad, I believe. That was a big hit. And we also have musical performances from our students as well. So it's a really fun night, great way to bring so many wonderful people and, just things together, I guess. All right, next was, all right, I believe Mr. Tercio is on the call, so I think I'd like to let him take this one, if he's okay with that.
I mean, of course. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Tercio. I'm the principal at Blue Creek. This year, we had a brand new event based on some feedback from kiddos last year saying that they wanted another event during the school year. So this year, with the help of Mrs. Koss and Zostrowski and everybody, Alex, all the food department, we were able to do a apple festival and cookout. Yours truly got to get on the grill and flip some burgers, add some cheese, but just huge thank you to our food department with all the support with that. We were able to invite over 100 families. We actually had over 200 RSVP and about 150 to 175 actually come to it. But during the Apple Festival, kids were using apples to make artwork. There was like apple turnovers, great appetizers for families and whatnot. The burgers, the dogs, the halal meat that we had, the veggie burgers, the cookies, the coffee, water. It was incredible, the spread we had. And then my staff came together, set it up. We had some really cool activities for kids, although most kids just played in the field, let's just be honest. They were just running around playing soccer. But overall, the event was a success. We had a lot of praise from families for it. It was also just it was a perfect night. That light little haze in the air, the music playing softly in the background. It was an awesome cookout for our school. Should I also mention the Big Apple Crunch now, or do you want me to wait till it comes up in the agenda, Mr. Statlander?
Amber, is that going to be one of the slides that's coming up, or?
I kind of put it together, if that's okay. Yeah.
All right, I'll just keep going. So last year, Mrs. Cost was really disappointed in me for not doing the Big Apple Crunch. And Alex was like, "Why aren't you doing it?" And so I'm just saying, I got pushback, and people were mad at me for not doing it. So this year we had to do it even bigger and better. I went up on the roof and I recorded the whole thing, and our entire school took a Big Apple Crunch together at the same time. And the apples were fantastic. So thank you again to our food service department for getting such delicious apples. They were really good. And like the kids all enjoyed being outside, having an apple together. And we then submitted it to the New York, it's the Big Apple Crunch of New York. I wouldn't say company, but partners in this, and we'll see if they choose us as the winner of the Big Apple Crunch this year. We're hoping. But no, it was a really cool event. We actually ended up doing our Blue Creek picture for the yearbook, and while we were already all outside, we're like, let's do this, and we did it. It came out pretty fun. It was fun. It came out pretty good.
The video was awesome too. It's communication shared it through Facebook.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to put together. Epic music there from WeVideo for sure.
All right. Did anybody have any questions or thoughts or ideas related to the Big Apple Crunch? All right, Mr. Tercio, thank you.
No problem. And I would love to stay on, but I do have to help with dismissal. We're about to dismiss right now. So if you have any questions at all, or if anybody wants to email me anything that you have in your mind, please do. But just again, thank you to our food service department as a whole, and Mrs. Cost, everything you do for Blue Creek. Thank you as well. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mrs. Cost, shall I move on?
Sure. I just real quick, I mean, you might see my Nessie in the bottom photo. So I thought I'd mention too, Nessie is my dog that is now a certified therapy dog, and she is at this point able to come to 4 of our buildings in the district. Eventually maybe all of them, but if anyone ever wants a visit from Nessie, that's something else that I'd be happy to talk about as well. But sure, we can move
I'm
on.
all for that. Does Nessie like apples? She looks like she's eyeing that apple.
She does. She's with me right now as we speak. So
She just hears the word apple.
yeah.
All right, I'm going to advance then.
Sure, yep. Yeah, so this was something that we've done now, I think also for the 3rd year in a row. This is the first year we've had a garden at every building, which is really exciting. Also means there's a lot of things ready to harvest during the summer when not many students and staff are around the buildings. One of the things we like to do is, help where we can with food access, and we have a summer garden market once a week throughout the summer months, making produce and flowers grown right in North Colonie, available to anybody who's able to get over and check it out. I think I don't know, Alex, if you want to talk a little bit about this, or I don't want to be doing all the talking. If
You want to start, and then I'll talk about Harvest of the Month.
Sure, perfect. Yeah. So this is our 3rd year in a row, also having an amazing opportunity as a district to participate in Farm to Institute New York State. So it is a farm to school program, obviously run through New York State with the American Farmland Trust. And the first year we did it as a high school team. Last year we participated with a Blue Creek team. And this year we're participating with a Forts Ferry team. And it's a wonderful opportunity to bring together stakeholders and key players from cafeteria, community, and classroom side of things. We have a wonderful team of teachers and parents, and our kitchen manager at Forts Ferry as well. So it's still early in the year, kind of thinking about establishing some goals, but all related to, again, those 3 C's. The picture on the left that you see there is our garlic planting at Forts Ferry that took place, I think, about 2 weeks ago. At this point, we also have a great partnership that we've had for many years with Forts Ferry Farm, which is just down the road from the school. And they worked with some students and, some adults last year to help plan the garden that's at Forts Ferry. So it was really cool to see it in action and see the 2nd graders here being able to plant garlic for the fall that'll be harvested this summer.
You want me to talk now?
Sure.
Oh, you go back. Sorry. So one of the goals that we had for last year was really establishing the Harvest of the Month. So we showcase New York grown product and so this year for September, we did a Mexican street corn with New York corn. So we actually showcased that at the Fall Family Festival. So we did the Mexican street corn there, and then it was in the middle school and high school cafeterias. And for Forts Ferry, they want to focus on a harvest of the season. So we'll be do tastings there 3 times during the year. So the first one coming up is next month, which we're showcasing apples, and it'll be an apple crisp. And then we haven't decided what we're doing for the other 2 yet. But yeah, every month going into different cafeterias. So next month we'll be at Forts Ferry and Blue Creek. And then I know on the right, that was a salad that they made out of ingredients from the garden at Forts Ferry and Forts Ferry's cafeteria.
Looks delicious. All right. Anybody in the panel have anything they want to ask or add or? Remember, I can't see you and you must unmute. So don't feel bad if you're interrupting after the fact. We can pause. Okay, well, thank you, Amber and Alex and Lisa. You guys always do an amazing job, and I think we all agree it's great to hear about and see through social media and the district communications department the great job they do with covering all these really cool events. All right, we have members from our Student National Alliance on Mental Illness or NAMI. You folks ready to go?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna put up your presentation, hopefully. All right. Okie doke, take it away.
Okay, hi everybody. We are NAMI Club, or National Alliance on Mental Illness, and my name is Evelyn, and I'm the president and co-founder.
My name is Pragna. I'm the vice president and co-founder.
My name is Neha, and I'm an officer, and our other officer, Fiona, isn't here with us today, but she's another officer.
And our advisors are Mr. Garland, Miss Testa, and Miss Shaldo.
And follow us on Shaker Instagram. It's just Shaker Nami.
So a little bit about who we are. NAMI stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and it is the largest grassroots mental health organization in the U.S. dedicated to advocacy, education, support, and public awareness to improve the lives of those affected by mental illnesses. And NAMI on Campus is a branch of this organization with many chapters across the nation as a student-led and student-run club on school campus that promotes mental health awareness and support.
Our purpose at NAMI is to educate and increase the awareness of people at Shaker and the school administration about mental health and wellness. And we also want to be supportive of students who are living with mental illness and provide more information and resources for those people. And we like to encourage people to recognize early signs of mental illness and work to end the stigma that surrounds it. We create an inclusive, safe, and supportive school environment at our club meetings, and we let students know that there's help if they need it.
So one of our first events was the Bot Hills Wellness Fair, and we basically raised awareness for children's mental health, where we gave out coloring books and carnival games for the students to have them engage with mental health organizations early on, so they know that there is an organization that they can ever reach out to in the future if they need it. We also handed out wellness flyers and brochures and pamphlets to the parents there to spread mental health awareness, and we had over 200 plus participants.
Another event we had was the athletic fair, and we did a similar thing there. We handed out posters and pamphlets for athletes' mental health awareness. Next, we did the Outreach Chinese Community Center picnic. There's over 300 people at the picnic, and we provided mental health resources and awareness there too.
We also attended the 8th grade and high school club fairs, and this is where we recruited the most of our members. We have over 200 members in the Google Classroom, and over 100 of them are active members that regularly participate in club events. One of our main events for Suicide Prevention Month was the Chain of Hope. And this was a craft with over 1,000 paper chain links. And each of them had a different positive message, like keep going, or you got this, or you're not alone. And this was sponsored by two senators, Jake Ashby and Jessica Scarcella Stanton. And it was displayed in the New York State Legislative Office building downtown. And we had 80 plus members come out to help work on the chain. And we also had a library station where other students could help on their own time. We were also featured on the NAMI New York State social media, and we also had a live interview and an article written about us on News Channel 13.
So during the end of September, we had a guest speaker, Missy Stolfi, come in. She's the area director of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and she spoke to our members about what AFSP does and what their mission is, and the resources and opportunities that they can provide for the students. We had 50 plus members show up and have the opportunity to be educated about suicide prevention and got AFSP merch. And we also had a AFSP walk, which we'll talk about later in the slideshow, but it was a really big event, and we were the only student team that was participating in it.
Additionally, in the month of September, we had the New York State Office of Mental Health Suicide Prevention Center come into our school and table during the lunches. And they promoted the 988 helpline with different pieces of swag like t-shirts, hats, fidget spinners, stickers, pens, etc.
So this is the walk that I was talking about. It was the AFSP Schenectady Out of the Darkness walk on September 27th. It was a suicide prevention month walk hosted by AFSP, and we had around 40 members from Shaker High School come out and walk, and we raised over $610 as a team to support research, education, advocacy, and support for those affected by suicide. And it was a great event and opportunity overall to get our peers at Shaker High School to be more aware about the resources available.
Another event we did was friendship bracelet making, and we had a club meeting where members made friendship bracelets either for themselves or friends or to be donated to a children's hospital.
So in the future, we are trying to establish a club meeting dedicated to having our members certified for teen mental health first aid. And it's a peer training program provided by the Mental Health Association for New York State. And then a homeless shelter reached out to us about brown bag decorating for the holidays, where they could put different food and other materials that they could give out around the holiday times. And we are also planning a NAMI 5K, which Pragna will talk about on the next slide.
So we actually started planning for the NAMI 5K last year, but it kind of died down. We didn't have enough interest yet. So we're trying to start it again this year since we have a club to work with. So the event is that NAMI at Shaker is planning to host a 5K run or walk during the spring/fall seasons, which is open to all grade levels, including students, faculty, and parents can be participants. And our goal is to raise funds for NAMI while also raising awareness at Shaker about mental health. And all the donations we receive from the walk will go directly to NAMI or NAMI at Shaker for future fundraisers and events. And this initiative will not only support a great cause, but will also help to have conversations around mental health in our community. And we have an interest Google form that we can send out to Mr. Statlander later to see if we have any interest from the Wellness Committee to help plan or hold any booths or fairs at the event. And then that's our Google Classroom code, and that's our Instagram. And the best way to get our updates is by following us on Instagram. We post there often. And we also have our email up there if any of you have any questions regarding the NAMI 5K, or if you would like to collaborate with NAMI at Shaker for any future events. And
Girls, I just want to, oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Oh no, that was it.
Okay. I want to start out by just saying how impressed I am with not just your presentation and, you know, the professionalism and the way, how well you spoke, but also with just how far you've come since I remember meeting with you about a year ago when things were just kind of getting started. And this is really impressive how much you've done in the meantime. And one of our presenters, Miss Angel, is going to talk a little bit about something that's in the same vein as this, that you, which kind of be a nice springboard. But before we go there, I just want to, as I said before, if anybody has any comments or questions or thoughts on this, I want to give you the opportunity as I switch off here.
Hi, Dave. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I'm not on video because I'm in the middle of kid pickup. I'm so sorry, but this is Melissa Vino. I'm attending as both a rep from the Board of Ed and a parent. And I just wanted to chime in because these lovely young ladies, the Bout Hills Wellness Fair they mentioned was my event at Bout Hills last year. And they reached out to me of their own accord to join, and they did an excellent job. So I'm really excited to hear about all the things they're doing. So I just wanted to say they're doing really great work.
Kudos. Thanks, Melissa.
And this is Michelle DeChavo, also of the board and a parent. And I am so incredibly impressed. You girls are absolutely killing it. And this is so amazing because I just feel like the more we talk about mental health, the less stigmatized it becomes. And then, you know, we can just have more conversations and support one another in, you know, just really positive ways. And all of the activities that you guys are doing is just so, it's so inspiring. And I'm just really amazed. And yeah, keep up the good work. And yes, I will be filling out that Google form to help you do whatever you need. So just keep it all up. You guys are awesome.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Right. I think a hand was raised by Ann Delvecchio.
Hi, this is my first meeting, but I'm a parent, but I also work at the health department, and some of my colleagues work in suicide prevention. So there some like resources and data and whatnot. So if the group ever like needs help in kind of interpreting data, sometimes that can be used to really advocate for the work that you're doing. And something that comes to mind is there was a report that was distributed recently by my colleague, and it was data related to kind of emergency room visits. For folks with suicide. And I do recall that I think 1 out of 4, it was ages 10 to 19. So you guys are definitely needed. And there's a lot of young adults that are being impacted. So if I can assist in the future, either just networking or coordinating with the resources and programs at the health department, we can touch base.
Thanks so much, Ann. You might be new, but you're making you're jumping right in here. This is great. Appreciate it. And NAMI members, I can definitely put you in touch with Ann with regards to her contact info. All right. So Mike McKella oversees our school nurses, and amongst other things, jobs he has. One of the things he was hoping to present, but he got called away. He just wanted to share an update on the flu vaccine program. They offer free flu shots to employees in the district, and they just did it a couple weeks ago. And he said there was 197 flu vaccines given, and that they plan to continue offering this opportunity again next year. And then I had reached out to our Students Organized for Service program, but I'm not sure if there's anybody on here from that and that wanted to present. Their advisor had said somebody might come on.
Hi, my name is Joelle Hanush. I apologize for being in my car. I couldn't beat traffic leaving school early in time.
No problem.
But Mrs. Ryan wishes she could be here, but I'm really grateful that she had asked me to take her spot. Um, as well as club is very close to me. I've joined since freshman year, and I'm currently the president of Students Organized for Service. We do a lot of endeavors in collaboration with our community organizations, including Latham Ridge and Blue Creek, especially with the PTA babysitting committees. It's just a way to encourage community servitude through our student body. This past October, we did the first of our biannual Red Cross blood drive collaborations. And this is something we are so grateful to keep doing. They're an amazing organization to work with. They do a lot of the handiwork for us, and they keep privacy as the top priority, especially in a building with students and adults. So what we do is we promote it through speaking one-on-one, flyers, and kind of incentivizing our organization to reach out to their friends and their faculty. How it works is we offer it to 16 and 17-year-old students, and of course about older. We usually get a lot of participation from teachers, but this past blood drive that was held October 9th, we actually had our largest amount of units collected, which was 33 units of blood. And this is a huge leap for our club from growing 10 times in size since I first started, at least. It's really wonderful to see how you can break the fears and the preconceptions about what donating blood is about, especially with students who see the more needle scary aspect of it. It was easier to promote it this year with the updated technology, non-invasive ring in order to detect hemoglobin levels. That was a really big pull because it canceled out the entire finger prick process. And yeah, we usually have one every fall and spring. So we look forward to hopefully increasing our units collected this spring and catching up with our representatives. And I want to thank any of our faculty or members who are on this call who have donated or continue to be donors. It's also another part to teach my fellow classmates about the importance of donating blood and how blood can only be collected from donations. So thank you.
Thank you, Joelle. And I would say, if in the future, in advance, if there's anything that we as the District Wellness Committee can do to help support your initiative or other initiatives, just reach out to me, send me an email, and I'll do whatever I can to help you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Any thoughts, ideas, comments from anybody on the call? All right, I don't see any hands raised. So we're going to move on to Miss Stacy Angel, who's our Shaker High School Student Assistance Counselor, and she's going to talk about a new initiative, which is a student athlete counseling program she's been spearheading.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I did want to say thank you guys so much for having me today and the NAMI group. Wow, can see a lot of potential for me to partner with you guys, especially the work you're doing with athletes, because that's exactly what I'm trying to do as well. So this year, I am working with the student athletes. I've started with the fall season. I've met with all the teams and going around and just talking to all the teams about mental health and showing them there is a place where they can access this outside. Sometimes there's a stigma with athletes seeking out mental health support and going to the counseling center, and their coaches finding out or parents finding out, or just athletes in general sometimes are feeling that they don't, they shouldn't need any mental health support. So really working this year to get out there, talking to kids, meeting with kids individually, as well as going to team meetings, at the coach's request. And in September alone, I did 51 individual sessions with athletes. and that number has increased tremendously in the month of October. So we're well over 100 individual sessions with kids who are just reaching out for a variety of reasons and looking for some support. And it's interesting. I kind of joke about it a little bit because the team with the most kids who are really seeking support is our football players. And stereotypically, they are not the group that is looking for mental health support. But I think as they realize more and more kids are using this resource, it's opening the door and eliminating the stigma so that more kids feel that they can. It's been a really interesting couple 2 months. It's brought in a lot of things up to the forefront and wondering, how more can we support our kids? We have a tremendous number of athletes here at Shaker, and I think having a counselor who is designated for them has been really great. And I've been enjoying it tremendously, working with both the coaches and the parents as well as our athletes. So we're just continuing to spread the word, letting them know that there is this resource. The coaches are accessing me, and now the kids are even more, reaching out for the same support as well. Just getting the message out. I'll be meeting with winter athletes as their season starts in the next week or two. And really looking at, I love the idea of the 5K, partnering with NAMI and just getting together and just one more thing to show that we are a school focused on the whole child, not just the academics, not just the athletes. Health and wellness is a huge part of our objectives and what we do here to support our kids. So thank you for having me. If anybody has any questions, I would love to answer them. But thank you.
Well, thank you, Stacy. Since this idea, and I'll get you one sec. Since this idea kind of started to grow, Stacy has led the charge. It started as just an idea, and then just in the course of the last few months, it's grown tremendously, and I look forward to continuing to see where it goes and how many kids that you're reaching and what you're doing to help them and how we can continue to help you, support you so you can continue to support them. And all right, Anne, why don't you chime in now?
I did have a question. Do you try to tackle anything related to like injuries and pain management and maybe like opioids? I work in drug overdose prevention, and I can't tell you how many times it was a young adult who maybe started off with a sports injury and ended up, it kind of escalating from there. So I could see an injury being not only psychologically, difficult, especially for someone who has really dedicated themselves to the sport, but also the physical aspect of kind of, managing injuries. And I know there's a lot more prevention in place now. But I'm sure there's, that susceptibility if you have a painful injury.
Yeah, and I don't do anything with like pain management or anything, but it's interesting, and because I've met with several kids who psychologically have struggled either with a prior injury or a current injury. Especially, we've had some kids who an injury has changed their future plans beyond high school and trying to navigate that system. I'm definitely super aware. I have actually a family member who was one of those D1 athletes at a college and got injured and ended up addicted to opioids. So really having that awareness and being cued into that is important. I will say, thankfully, I haven't seen any of that as of yet. But yeah, that is definitely, and making referrals for families to outside resources to support them in any situation, and obviously some sort of drug addiction or, alcohol addiction would be a place where I would refer out to outside supports and work with the family to connect them.
Thank you both. Okay, I don't see any other hands up, but if you have anything else, don't feel you're going to interrupt. I just wanted to mention along those lines, I mentioned that I supervise health throughout the district, and we've been planning now for the last, we started last spring, on proposing a new course that would be an elective in sports psychology. And we met with a representative from Springfield College who shared some resources with us for what they teach at their college. And so we're working now on kind of reviewing it and revising it. So, if we were going to offer that next year, what it could look like. And I feel like these topics that several of you presented and mentioned and talked about today are all part of that, overcoming adversity, dealing with injuries, the thought process that you go through as an athlete. And it's definitely got its fun side, but there's definitely the other side that can, affect anybody and everybody, no matter what age you are. So, our teachers are really excited. I'm really excited, and hopefully we can bring it to fruition and offer it for next year. Just thought that would be a good opportunity to mention it. And then, I also just want to mention that we had 2 weeks ago, it's been a couple weeks now, we had our district cross-country meet for our 4th and 5th graders at the Colonie Town Park, the Colonie Mohawk River Town Park. And it was a wonderful event. The kids make it wonderful. The helpers from the high school cross-country team help make it wonderful. Every student has an opportunity to participate, and just about every single one of them did. Even if they were walking the majority of it, they had a really positive experience, and there was a lot of cheering, a lot of smiles, a lot of laughing, and it's just an annual event that I think everybody that's involved with look forward to. So we're happy with the way it worked out, and hopefully we can keep that going for many years to come. All right. We had some other people that were going to present, but we're going to postpone them. I spoke to them in advance. I'm not springing it on them now, but to our December meeting, which is going to be December 18th. And for any of you that are on the meeting now or listen to this in the virtual world, feel free, as I mentioned a couple of times, reach out. If you got ideas or you'd like to present or talk about a topic, we'd love to have you. So, reach out to myself, or if you, Lisa or Alex or any one of us. Stacy, are you unmuted? Did you want to say anything? Okay, sorry, I just noticed it.
Dave, I just have one thing before you close for the good of the order. So with the federal government shutdown and possibly parents being either out of work or working without a paycheck, or the SNAP that may go away as of Saturday, I just want to, kind of put out there to the students, the faculty, parents, who's ever on this meeting, is that, we have free breakfast and lunch for our students. Sometimes we have a hard time, or more than sometimes, that they don't want to take their vegetable or fruit, but they could take it for a snack or later on, or for a friend. I just want to kind of put it out there that, we're here, and kind of boost participation if anybody knows anybody, or for that matter, to reach out to the counselors or such. They may not normally need a backpack on the weekend, but they might need it now. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there because of what's happens to be going on in the world right now. So, and specifically our federal government and our lawmakers at this point. That's it. Just for the good of the order.
Yep. Well worth mentioning. Okay, well, thanks again to our presenters. You did a great job once again. Nami, very, very impressive. And thank you all. Look forward to working with you and hearing from you between now and our next meeting, December 18th. Have a great night, everybody.